from the headlights, we'll notice that we have fog lights down the bottom. Now the fog lights are actually a standard feature on all of the variants on the ST, the STS and the TIS. Underneath the bonnet of this vehicle is a direct injected gasoline engine, in other words a turbocharged engine, which is 140 kilowatts and 240 newton meters. So it is actually the same engine that's in the Pulsar SSS and the STS in that range. In a small vehicle like this, it actually gives you a very good, very quick ride, if that's what you're looking for, but it also can give you something that's more punch off the mark. The ST comes in a naturally aspirated engine, 1.6 litre, which is 86 kilowatts and 158 newton meters of torque. The STS also comes in the direct injected gasoline engine. As we come down, we'll notice that we've got 17-inch alloy wheels. 17-inch alloy wheels are a standard feature on all vehicles, and they're all the same pattern of wheel. We have the folding electric mirrors on the TIS only. When we actually take the key and we open up the vehicle and we actually press start, what will actually happen is those mirrors will automatically fold out. What we'll notice is we've got an intelligent key. An intelligent key means that we don't actually have to have the key to unlock the vehicle by pressing the button. We can just have it in our hands and press the black button there, which will automatically open up the car for us. If we look inside the vehicle, what we'll notice is we've got leather scented seats in this model. And in the STS and the ST, we have just standard cloth seats. This particular vehicle has been, the centre console has been designed upon a motorcycle petrol tank. In this particular case, it's actually got the red console. There's three colours in console. There's actually red, there's black and there's grey. This particular vehicle has been given the red just to give it that little bit more of a different look, and also people can see the difference in that particular vehicle. What we'll notice is that we've got carpeted floor and we've got honeycomb air vents, which allows us to direct the air anywhere we want it. The TIS comes with heated front seats only, and the STS and the ST that do not have those features in them. What we'll also notice is we've got concealed handles up the top there, so it gives it a little bit of a different look and easy to reach for both children and adults. As you can see, there is room enough in there for, you know, at least 3 children or 2 adults, depending on the size of your family. And we'll also notice that as we come around to the back of the vehicle, we'll notice that the tail lights are inspired by the 350Z boomerang tail lights. And we'll also notice that this particular vehicle is an all-wheel drive. There is the 2-wheel drive model in the STS and the ST. And in here we have 210 litres of boot space and 3 ISOFIX baby capsule. And underneath there we've got a space saver, and in the ST and the STS we actually have a container under here that gives us another 41 litres, giving us 251 litres in total as far as space is concerned. The actual seats are a 60-40 re-split, and you can fold it down from the back of the vehicle here, giving you more room to be able to load anything in that you need to carry that may be a little bit longer than the area that you have at the back there. You'll also notice that you have a privacy blind up the back here, so that when your vehicle is shut, the contents of your boot is covered. There is a grab handle here that we can grab that and bring that down, making it easy for both men and women alike to be able to close the vehicle. We'll also notice that we have colour-coded bumpers at the rear there, And as I said, this one is a direct injected gasoline turbo engine. We have our petrol tank, and then we also have the front of the vehicle bringing to the main controls of the window, and also being able to lock the door and the windows from the children. We also have child safety locks on the rear so that the kids can't open the door whilst driving. On the steering wheel, you'll notice that it has steering wheel controls. It actually has cruise control over on the right hand side. It also has a speed limiter which allows you to set your maximum speed at 60 or 80, and if you start to go over those kilometres, it'll actually, a warning siren will go off and allow you to know that you're about to go over the speed limit that you've set. You're also able to decrease your acceleration and increase your acceleration with the flick of a switch, and you also have a cancel button. Over onto the left hand side you have a source, which when you've got the actual stereo on, what that does is it allows you to go through the AM, FM and auxiliary buttons. It has Bluetooth streaming as well as volume controls, and also the ability to have your Bluetooth, your hands-free Bluetooth phone on the steering wheel as well. This vehicle's European design, so that the windscreen wipers and the blinkers are actually on the opposite side of what they'd normally be here in Australia. So you actually have your windscreen wipers over on the right-hand side, and you have your blinkers over on the left-hand side, making it a little bit different, but still you get used to it as you drive it. Now this particular vehicle has the 5-inch monitoring screen inside the vehicle. If we look down lower, we actually have the buttons climate and D mode. Now D mode actually stands for drive mode. As I said before, it's got an intelligent key starting system, so by applying our foot to the brake and pressing the start button, we'll actually start to activate the vehicle. And by pressing it further, we can turn the vehicle, all the features that the vehicle has on, so we can actually take it on to navigation, we can take it on to our radio stations, auxiliary, CD, we can go into camera, we can show the different features that by turning it on and off, we can actually have predictive guiding system so that you'll know exactly where you're going. You can go into the nav system, which takes you through your destination, your home, your previous destinations and your options, and it's all touch screen. To go back, we just press the reset button and that'll actually take us back there. We can go onto the map and it'll show us where we are. As we come down lower, we can go into the climate, which, as you just saw, by pressing the climate and the drive mode button, the actual display changes. So with the climate, it actually shows us the air conditioning, and then the climate features of where we want the actual air to go, the recycle and the direct air, and then of course the front demister and the rear demister over on here, and our fan control over on the right hand side, and our hot and cold control over on the left hand side. If we go into drive mode, it changes it all together. The bottom part stays the same, but the sides come into normal, sport and eco. These are actually our drive settings. So with the normal, we can set that, and it'll actually show us on the screen here torque. So as we're driving, that will increase and decrease depending on our acceleration, and then obviously in normal mode, the whole entire car would stay exactly normal. It wouldn't change in any way, shape or form with the steering or the braking. When we go into sport, it gives us a boost mode. So what will happen is that the steering will become lighter, the air conditioning will remain full, and the revs will increase to give us a bit more of a sporty ride, a bit more of a challenging ride if we're out on the highway or we're going around bends or something like that and we want to have a little bit of fun. If we go into eco mode, what happens is that the steering gets stiffer, the revs decrease, and the air conditioning actually decreases as well to allow us to save energy and obviously fuel.
Coming over onto the right hand side, we go into setup, where we can actually change the language, the brightness of the display. We can go into drive info, which will give us things like G-force, so that when we're going around the corners and so forth, we can actually, as you saw on Top Gear the other night, when he was driving the GTR Godzilla, he actually had G-forces as he was going around the corner, so we can actually see what the vehicle is doing to our internal organs, which is, I think, is a little bit of fun. And then we can come down to eco info, which actually gives us the fuel economy of the vehicle that as we're driving it. This vehicle also has a unique design of what they call torque vectoring. Now, torque vectoring gives you a 50-50 rear split in between the front and the rear wheels, and when you're going into corners, what it does is it allows you to be able to handle those corners, because the weight gets evenly distributed between the four wheels, and depending on how we're going around that corner is depending on how the actual brakes will calibrate onto either of the four wheels. The actual system, the braking system, is actually made up of four-wheel discs, and allows us a better braking option in dangerous situations. As I said, that these seats actually have heated seat options. We have low and high, and then we have our cup holders in the middle. As I said, the centre console is designed from a motor tank design, so it's up high. It's very easy to grab. We're not having to come down here to grab the gear stick. It's up high, so it's very, very natural feeling as we're driving. And as I said, we've got manual mode in this particular vehicle, so we can come down into the manual mode and we can go flicking up and through the gears again to make it a little bit more of an exciting ride with the direct injected gasoline engine. So I hope you've enjoyed the walk through the new Nissan Juke.